What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Dead Noise. I'm Chris, and sitting next to me at Hooligans Live is the insanely talented Kasey Karlsen from Deadlands.
Thank
How are you doing today?
I am good. How are you?
I'm very good. Thanks so much for taking the time. I know you're coming off of being a little under the weather, but I appreciate you taking the time.
Dude, absolutely. I'm just stoked to have you here, stoked that you came to the show, and you guys are in for a treat, I think. I mean, we've been touring with Renesans now for, it feels like forever. It feels like we've been on tour forever, but I think it's about a week and a half in right now. And they put on such a good show, so you guys are going to be in for a treat with them. It's going to be great.
Yeah, we live here in Jacksonville, so, like, when I saw that this got announced, I was like, I'm not missing that for anything.
Hell yeah, dude. Thank you.
But it's kind of cool to see you guys touring together, because if I'm not mistaken, didn't you learn how to scream through David?
I did, yeah. I used to watch his YouTube videos all the time when I was first starting and everything. So whenever I would watch him, I would watch any tips from Jared Tynes that I could get, Melissa Cross. I would just look up, like, how to scream. Mm-hmm. And David was one of the people that I just stuck with and kept watching his stuff, and it was awesome. He actually he came up for Slaughterhouse yesterday. We played a cover of it, and so I can't wait to get that up. It's going to be sick. So good.
Are you guys playing that tonight, too?
I don't know. We could, technically, but I don't know. I guess we'll see. I thought it was just for Halloween, but...
Oh, yeah, that's right. It was Halloween yesterday.
Exactly.
See, we're big horror movie people, so, like, Halloween is every day for us.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, you know what's so funny is, like, I mean, we're in a tattoo parlor right now, and I just got a tattoo earlier today. I was going to get a second one that was Ghostface. Oh. And then I was like, last minute, I was like, nah, I'll just stick with the one. I think one tattoo is enough for tour.
I mean, it's still semi-early. I mean, you said it's a weekend. I mean, you've been on the road for about, like, a month and a half now?
Yeah.
Or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. We've been out since early September.
Being a harsh vocalist, how do you maintain your voice on tour? Because I know a couple days ago you were saying you couldn't even speak, but you sound just fine.
Thank you.
So I'm curious, like, how do you make sure you don't, like, blow out your vocal cords so early in the tour?
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, like, one of the biggest rules, if you feel like you're not having, like, a perfect day, like, you just want to shut the fuck up. You got to go on vocal rest. That's one of the first things that they tell you in vocals and everything like that, like, in singing and anything. Whenever you feel like you're under the weather or something, you just got to shut up. So I've been trying to do that the best that I possibly can, although I'm a professional yapper, so it's a little difficult. But also, like, one of the things that I really try to do on tour, first of all, I quit nicotine altogether, which is one of the things that I'm very proud of because it was such a hard habit to kick, but I'm so glad that I'm over it. And then I don't smoke weed on tour. I only take, like, edibles if I'm going to have any sort of weed. So I don't smoke. And then I also have to have a specific diet, like, in the sense of, like, I have to cut out dairy. I can't have, like, super, super sugary things, you know, like super concentrated and processed things. But I just try to eat as clean as I can, dairy-free, as little sodium as I can, except for, like, soup, you know, and stay hydrated. Like, that's the most important one. And I have the most trouble drinking water, so I try.
You know what they say, hydrate or dihydrate.
Exactly.
I'm very dehydrated.
Yeah. That's me.
Yeah. So one thing I really want to ask about is your signing with Spinefarm, because that is one of the best record labels out there. Like, you got Creeper, Varsity, Black Veil Brides, saying the whole list is amazing. There's not a weak band on the lineup.
Oh, not at all.
So to now be on their roster and to be working with them, what is that experience like so far?
Oh my God. Well, Spinefarm has been absolutely amazing. And one of the things that we were so worried about if we were going to sign to any label was creative freedom. And they have been so lax with us. Like, they every time we come to them, they're like, this is awesome. This is amazing. What's the next step? Like, you tell us what to do and we're going to execute it. And they always do. Like, they always come out and they're always there just ready to push us up. And I mean, the first single that we got with them, like, went right onto SiriusXM Octane. You know, Jose Mangan picked it up right away, so we were super happy about that and super grateful. And it's as much as, we got House of Cards and Liquid Metal by ourselves, like with 1 RPM, but I don't think Villain would have been on Octane if it weren't for Spinefarm, So I think they really do pull the weight when it comes to getting us into the right doors and all that. So it's awesome. They've been so good.
I mean, you guys are in a really good spot as a no longer independent band, but an up-and-coming band, because you got great people all around. You got, like you said, you got the people at Spinefarm, you got the people at Adam Splitter PR. They've always been really good to me.
Oh, they're so good. I mean, even Amy was a big part in Nita's wedding as well. Like, got her wedding in People magazine and everything. Like, everybody at Spinefarm and Adam Splitter are like heavy lifters, and I think that's exactly what we need. And we got new booking agents as well. We have Andrew Buck and Joe Zimmerman from Wasserman now. Oh. So I think 2025 is really going to be our year, and I think we have to stage the takeover.
Well, another really heavy hitter you got is Boy What.
Yes.
he created my favorite new subgenre, spongecore.
Spongecore.
Spongecore's
actually been around for a while.
Yeah, but he perfected it, though.
Let's be real. I think he did. He had all the nuances, and apart from the fact that he makes bangers, just like with his eyes closed, not even paying attention. But like the theming and the lyricism, it's all amazing. Like he knows what he's doing. Like he is so super talented and amazing. Like CJ and him are like best friends. So if you were to ask CJ, hey, what do you think about Boy White? He'd go on for hours, because he loves him so much. But he's so talented, and we're so glad that we have him in our corner.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, I know you worked with him for Villain, but you also worked with him for House of Cards, right?
We did, yeah. A little bit, not to the extent that we did with Villain. House of Cards, he pretty much just did like the final mix, final touches, post-production, all that stuff. But House of Cards, as it stood, was like pretty much the same. But the way that Villain was created, Boy What, Eli, and CJ, they all got into a room together. Well, it's just CJ and Eli. But they got into a room together, and they were just like, hey, let's write a song. Why not? They took an acoustic guitar, and they wrote Villain in like 2 hours, the instrumental, and then like the melody. And then they brought it to me, and then I finished the lyrics in like an hour and a half, and then we were like, boom, that's a song. Done.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
I think about Will Gold from Creeper, his side band Salem, and he was like, yeah, we wrote the whole EP in like 45 minutes. I'm like, how do you guys do that?
Yeah, that was sent to myself too. I mean, to be fair, like I had Crushed written when I was 15. So I already had everything playing in my head. As much as I don't play instruments, like I knew how I wanted it to sound, and CJ and Kyle delivered that amazingly. Black Hole, I already had a good portion of it written. Shallow Breath I had written by myself and took it to them. Like, so most of the EP, like, maybe took us about, I don't know, a month from like start to finish.
That's not bad at all.
Not at all. Like, and most of the time we were just seeing each other once a week. So it was like one song per week.
Jeez.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you mentioned Sense of Myself, because like lyrically, Black Hole is my favorite song of yours.
Thank you.
But also from a musical standpoint, I think Villain is phenomenal.
Oh, it's so good.
So just the evolution, the progression of your guys' sound in such a short amount of time, how has that been for you guys? Like from whether it's working with producers or just leveling up in your musical maturity, what would you attribute it to?
I think it's like a bunch of different things. Like the most important things being probably the fact that, this is our first time working with producers, and we worked with a ton of different producers on all the new stuff that we're working on, just because we're trying to be a little bit more experimental. We're trying to find like, okay, so our strengths are this person's strengths are that. We have this song that requires this, and this. Who's going to be the best person for that job? Like, I think that's really the approach that we're starting to think right now. And then, like, for the next record, just to do something a little bit more cohesive, we'll probably pick our writer, choose our fighter, and go through the motions with that too. But I mean, also like we're just trying to find our sound and not have anything specifically define us at the moment because, you know, we have so many different influences. Like Kyle's a little bit more old school metalcore, I think, like Killswitch Engage, Day to Remember. I know CJ is a huge fan of like the more moderny, rappy, trappy, Nothing Nowhere, for example. And then I'm like your classic metalcore, like Make Them Suffer, Spirit Box, Motionless, like all that. Ice Nine, exactly. So it's just finding the right blend, and we don't want to lock ourselves into a genre because I feel like when you do that, you're like closing yourself up to what can be the best thing for the song. And we actually wrote this one song, and it's a collab song that's going to be coming out, we're hoping, in January, and it's fucking insane. And I would call it metalcore, sure, but it has like rap elements, it has pop elements, it has everything in it, and it's just, it's a chef's kiss. I cannot fucking wait for it to come out. And the collab part of it is just, nobody's ready. It's going to break the internet.
I'd like to say I'm ready, but I feel like that's a lie now.
I don't think you are ready, unfortunately.
Well, from the sound of it, it kind of reminds me of like Motionless. I know you're a huge fan of them.
Love.
Scoring
I have
the
them
End of
tatted
the World
on
is
me.
one of my favorite albums too.
Yeah, there you go.
Cause of Death is my like all-time favorite song by them now.
So good.
It used to be Cobwebs, but then I heard Cause of Death. I'm like, who's she?
Who's Cobwebs? I don't even know her.
But like they've also evolved so much, and now a lot of people would say that they're not even metalcore anymore, which I think is asinine.
Yeah, I think that's so stupid. I'm like, do you even understand what metalcore is, bro? Like,
Right.
metalcore is like singing and screaming, and they do that. That's like what? Even if you have like a little bit of chuggy, drop-tuned riffs and one scream in a song, that's metalcore. Period.
Yeah, and now they're making synthwave songs with
Yeah.
Werewolf and all this other
Yeah,
stuff.
and then
It's
with
like,
Caleb Shomo, I think was their first with voices, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I know it's probably way too early to say anything, but with a future release, having just signed the Spinefarm, is there an album or an EP like on the horizon? Maybe both? Because I know there's a certain concept element,
Yeah.
but I don't want to hedge my bets and be like, oh, it's a full album.
No. I mean, well, here's what we will say. We're not sure exactly what it's going to be because it's kind of in between the length of an EP and an album as of now. But we are planning to write as much as possible. And, you know, like, the most important part with this EP is we kind of want to build a story in a whole new world, you know, because we started it with House of Cards, right? We had the whole Swamp Witch and the Evil Queen or whatever in the music video, right? And so we took that. We're trying to just make a little bit of a storyline that flows between the songs that makes sense, because, you know, we've been going through the Seven Deadly Sins theme, and you know, we talked about villain being pride. I don't even know if anybody knows what House of Cards is, but I think once we start releasing the other songs, all the puzzle pieces will finally line up, and like I had such a huge concept in my head for like short films and stuff that I wanted to do for like in between releases and to tease and all that. So I don't know, maybe that will come together too, but only time will tell.
Well, I know Ice Nine Kills is a huge influence for you as well. They're one of my
Huge.
all-time favorites too. So
Absolutely.
So to hear that short films are on your guys' mind is very nice to hear.
Oh my God, yeah. I mean, because I love, like, in my mind, like, I love marketing aspects of things, and I love just branding and creating an entirely new portfolio, like a whole new, what do you call it? I don't want to say a whole new world because I just said that, but a whole new, like, corner of Deadlands, you know, like a whole new different section of ourselves where we can define our own stories and you know, maybe just have some sort of entertainment factor besides the music, because Ice Nine Kills does that so well, and that's exactly where I got the idea from, you know, because I've been such a huge fan of them for such a long time, and I think everything that they do is so fucking smart and amazing and cool. Like, it's just so fucking awesome that Spencer is now a serial killer in his own series. Like, that's awesome.
They're geniuses.
They're geniuses.
And they've got their own horror convention now.
Exactly.
It's
like,
unbelievable.
they just know what they're doing, and to take inspiration from them and to kind of see if we can execute the delivery as good as they can, like, that I just want to try it.
I got faith in you guys.
Thank you.
I hope you guys tour together because I would be first in line at that show.
Me too. I would want to get tickets for that show every day. I'd sell it out myself.
So I do want to ask you about your work with Nita Strauss because, like I said off camera, I'm a huge Alice Cooper fan, and
Yeah.
Nita Strauss is like one of the greatest guitarists out there.
She really is.
But also for you, having to take on the vocal roles of people like Lizzie Hale and Chris Motionless and Dorothy, number one, how daunting of a task was that for you at first? But also, how have you been able to incorporate that type of musical diversity with your work with Deadlands?
Yeah, I mean, well, first of all, I was so terrified. Like the first when Nita reached out to me, I was actually getting my hair done. I was getting a blowout at a salon. I was just like, I feel like getting my hair blown out. So I left work and then I went right to a salon and got my hair blown out. And I got a text from Nita. I looked at my phone, I flipped the fuck out, and then I put my phone down for an hour to make it look like I wasn't, like, I don't know, super fangirly excited, you know? But I really was. I was like, oh my God, I've looked up to Nita Strauss for so long. I saw her song with David Draymond, Dead Inside, and I was like, oh my God, like, I'm going to be subbing in for that man? Like, how is that even possible? I have no idea. But I was really scared. Like, I remember my first show with them, it was Nashville, which was insane. Like, Nashville as a first show, I was terrified. And everybody, after the show, like, I was like, oh my God, did I do okay? Like, did I do anything wrong? They were like, dude, you fucking killed it. And I was like, looking in retrospect, I was so nervous and I had no sort of vocal control, if you will. I mean, of course I did, but not in the sense of, like, I couldn't control the adrenaline yet, you know? So I was just more concerned about my stage presence than my vocals, which you have to be concerned about both. But I was just so nervous I wasn't doing a good job. So I was like, I'm just going to bring the energy and hope that it works. And it fucking did. But as for, like, the influences on Deadlands with that, like, man, CJ will laugh at me because I fucking bother him so much when it comes to dive bombs because Nita just dive bombs all the time. Yeah. And I'm like, Nita, I just love that. Like, her song Mariana Trench, one of my fucking favorites, like, it just rips so hard and the fucking dive bombs hit so hard. So I'm like, hey, CJ, can we put a dive bomb here? And he's like, I don't have a whammy bar. And I'm like, I don't care. Put it in. Yes, get one. He's like, they're so annoying. I'm like, I don't care. Get it. But I would fucking love to have stuff like that. But I mean, really, like, one of the things that I'm trying to focus on in writing now is just kind of, we have all the new metalcore stuff down, like the new school stuff, but, you know, CJ's been trying to tiptoe into, like, a hardcore breakdown for one of our songs, and I really want to have a guitar solo in one of our songs. So, like, I mean, not me playing, of course. I can't play fucking guitar. It would be one note and it would be horrible. So I would not pick that up. I would not subject the audience to that.
As long as it gents, you're good.
Exactly. But yeah, so I really want to get some more notes, I guess, rather than just chugs. Some solos, some other stuff going on, you know? Dip back into the old school and mix it with the new, I think.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
But I'm also not a marketing guy. So.
I mean, what can go wrong? We'll find out.
You don't know unless you try, right? But before I let you go, this is my favorite part of every interview. I have a speed round.
Okay.
And I've got 10 questions. We can keep it rapid fire. If you want to elaborate, you can do that too.
Okay.
I don't have a timer.
Okay.
There's no budget for that.
All right. No budget for that.
So, first question, your favorite song to play live?
House of Cards.
Favorite city to play in?
Vegas.
The band, artist, or song that made you first want to become a musician?
Oh my God, that's so difficult.
You're welcome.
Elena Siegman. Or Avenged Sevenfold. Oh, that Call of Duty Black Ops 2. We'll put it that way.
I like it.
Or Guitar Hero. I don't know. Paramore?
All
There's many different. You know what it was? I think life had pushed me, like, multiple times, and every time I was just like, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. And then finally, when I turned, I don't know, 18, that's when life was just like, shut up, you're ready, go. Yeah. So It's at multiple different angles, and now I'm there.
The one band or artist that you want to collaborate with the most?
Chris motherfucking Motionless.
I was hoping you would say that.
Or Haley Williams.
Because I know you played with him live.
Yes.
But I was like in a studio setting. You two would be amazing.
Oh, I feel like our brains would just like. And
Yes.
it'd be so good. It'd be so good. One day, I'm manifesting it.
You and me both. Your favorite tour memory?
Oh my God. Oh, you know what was nice? So when it was on my first tour with Nita Strauss, first tour with Nita. I guess I don't have to say her last name with you, but
We're on a first name basis with her.
that's true. So for my birthday, I was on tour. This was my 21st birthday on tour. And my birthday's July 5th, and we had Vegas on July 6th. So I literally basically turned 21 in Vegas, and we got to go to a beach club. And of course my license was expired. It expired the day before. Great.
Naturally.
Amazing. But still, I had my passport, so they let me into this Vegas beach club, and we just kind of hung out there. And it was amazing. It was great.
That's really cool.
It was so much fun.
Your most embarrassing moment on stage?
Oh my God. Actually, you know what?
Uh-oh.
So, and honestly, this wasn't really my fault, so I'm okay talking about it. Otherwise, I'd be like, no, I don't even want to speak. But, so we had Fight or Fright Philly last year. So Motionless in White, Alpha Wolf, Deadlands. I was like, this is the biggest show of our lives, guys. This is amazing. This is my dream come true. I can't believe this. And so we go, and immediately we get on stage. We're so excited. We warm up and everything. Everything's going great. We get on stage. I have no ears. My ears are gone. My in-ear monitors are completely dropped out. I couldn't hear shit. I was like, oh no.
Of all shows.
Of all fucking shows. And on top of that, I was like, all right, can we get some wedges then? No wedges on stage. I
Oh
was
my
like,
God.
you gotta be fucking kidding me right now. So I think, needless to say, I didn't blow out my voice, but since I couldn't hear myself, I was straining so hard to try to hear myself. And so my voice was fucked for that show. I was so upset. I was like, are you fucking joking right now? It broke my heart, really. But the light at the end of the tunnel was that I still went on stage for Slaughterhouse,
Yep.
and it was still a very fun time, and Chris was very proud of me for
don't blame
the
him.
improvement that I had from that year before. It was crazy.
I mean, there's always a chance you could do Apocalypse Fest with them next year or the year after.
I mean, sir, we're here. You know where to find us. I would fucking die. I would die. Dark Divine was just on there. My buddies in Dark Divine, they're great. They're
love
so
them.
good. They're such good people too. We went to their show. They opened up for Crown the Empire, and I think Oni was there too.
Was Uncured on that
Capstan.
too?
No, not Uncured.
Okay.
Although I do have their tour shirt with me right now. I have their merch.
I saw them here.
Oh, you
year.
did?
Mhm.
Dude, I love them. They're such great dudes too. They're
really
so
cool.
good. But yeah, so I saw Dark Divine, and then they were like, "Yeah, we're on Apocalypse Fest." I was like, "That's fucking awesome! I'm so proud of you guys." And that's such a perfect fit too. Two spoopy bands is great.
Yeah, that was a great lineup. I'm so sad I couldn't be there,
Me
but
too.
I'm also glad I'm here seeing you guys.
Hell yeah,
so
man!
it all works out in the end.
It works out. Period. We're happy to
Um,
be here too.
Let's see, more questions. Your dream tour lineup.
Motionless in White. Obvious answer.
My Motionless shirt.
Honestly, bro. I mean, I'm wearing my Motionless tattoo today, so it's okay.
Yeah, I'm kind of jealous.
Let's see. Spirit Box. Make Them Suffer. Love Make Them Suffer. Do you know them?
Of course.
Oh my God, they're so good. I would say Bring Me the Horizon. I think I'm gonna go with that.
You're not gonna put
I guess-
Deadlands on there?
Oh well, I mean, I thought that was a given.
I mean, I don't know. So, I've had some interviews. They're like, "Can I include myself?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's the whole point."
Yeah,
do you
yeah.
mean?
No, I would love to be on that lineup. That'd be insane. dude, we could play in the parking lot, and I'd be like, this is great. This is awesome.
Just like Silly Goose.
Exactly.
A place you haven't played yet that you really want to.
Montana.
Are you serious?
Never played Montana, but I heard that they throw the fuck down over there.
I know the Funeral Portraits bus always breaks down there.
Oh, no. Please don't manifest that for us.
No, he was just in North Dakota.
Oh, North Dakota. I've never been there either. I want to go there. I've never been to either Dakota.
I've never been off the East Coast. So
Oh, my God. Dude, you got to go to Vegas. That's one of my favorite places ever. Just because it's like the carnival for adults.
Yeah.
You know? And I mean, I don't really care about drinking. I'm not really a drinker.
Me neither.
But still just going out and like experiencing the nightlife is just so nice.
See, I'm straight edge, so like I feel like I wouldn't really enjoy a lot of Vegas, but also like if I go to like when we were young or something like that, I'd be like, yeah, that's perfect.
Totally.
'Cause like my big bucket list things for next year just happen to be on the East Coast. It's Rockville and Silver Scream Con.
Oh, let's go.
I'm like, man, but there's always stuff going on the West Coast. I'm like, I got to make my way out there eventually.
You should. You absolutely should. I would say, like, honestly, even just driving on the Pacific Coast Highway and just going through, like, the mountains over there is so sick to see. Like, we actually drove through Death Valley, too, of course, because we were going and hitting Vegas, and it was sick. Like, you could just see, like, little ghost towns, and it's just, you got to see it. You got to go.
I mean, we're in North Carolina. We got tons of ghost towns.
Yeah.
Two more questions. See, I know math. Your favorite thing to do outside of music?
Video games.
I had a feeling that was going to be
Yes. Well, we just went to Epic Games headquarters this morning. Why we got 3 hours of sleep.
Wow.
Yeah, and our friend Cameron showed us around, and it was fucking awesome. We didn't get to see the battle bus, which I was a little upset about, but it's okay, because we kind of did. It was under a tarp. But, like, we got to see, like, the Cuddle Team leader like, big, giant Funko Pop that they have. They had tons of statues, and it was just awesome. So fucking sick to be a part of that experience. It was so cool.
And the last question, this is always my favorite one to ask. The song you wrote that means the most to you?
Ooh. I mean, Crush is what started it all.
That's fair.
And that was almost, I don't want to say closure, because, like, it's not really a good word. I feel like no one needs closure as much as you would like it. Like, nobody needs closure to move on. But, you know, Crush was about a really hard time in my life and somebody who treated me like shit. And that was basically my fuck you back to them. And now we're here. And I think like, you know, what they used to say to me is like, you know, I broke you down and built you back up again. Like imagine that. Imagine saying that to somebody and thinking that, like, you're a sane person. Like, what are you, fucking dumb?
Unironically saying that like it's not a joke. Exactly.
And I'm like, yeah, bitch, you know what? Sure, maybe you broke me down, but I built me, and I built an entire fucking empire. So fuck you, you suck, period. Like, you can't take credit for anything. I don't care.
I love that.
Yeah, it's just great. I mean, yeah, I think that one has the most meaning. Black Hole is a close second, though, because it touches on, you know, it touches on all the soft spots with, you know, addiction. Like, I've struggled myself with addiction, so it's not a fun place to be in. Mental health awareness. Like, I was diagnosed with severe depression, anxiety, ADHD, you know, the trifecta of bullshit.
The Holy Trinity.
Exactly. So, yeah, I mean, like, before we play Black Hole live, like, I always make it a point to just bring up the fact that people are loved and that they're wanted. And, you know, they're standing here at our show, which means that they're making a promise to us that they cannot take their lives no matter what, you know. And I think that's like the brunt of what we're doing here, the basis of what we're doing here. We want to be an escape for people. We want to make sure that people can get away from their problems. And if they want to feel something that they can relate to, like, that's going to be it. Black Hole will be one of their songs, and then House of Cards will be their escape, you know?
Yeah. That's a really good back-to-back. Black Hole to House of Cards.
Yeah.
Now, was that the case in your set list? Live?
No.
Damn it.
No. You'll see though. It's a good groovy set list, I think.
I hope so. I've been looking forward to it for like months now.
Dude, hell yeah.
Because I'm the type of guy, I don't like to look up set lists beforehand.
Oh, so you have a nice surprise.
Exactly. Like, yeah. So I'm like, I'm not gonna Google it. I'm gonna wait.
So nice.
So I'm looking forward to it.
Hell yeah, dude. I love it. I can't wait. I hope you enjoy it.
I probably will.
Fuck yeah.
But for this go around, that was everything I had for you.
Amazing.
Was there any closing message to any Deadlands fans watching?
Y'all make sure you listen to Dead Noise, period. I mean,
Wrong Dead.
but no, I think the last thing I'll say is, I guess, just, I don't know. Get your tickets. If for the last couple of dates that we have, keep an eye out for the next releases, and we got a lot in store. That's all I'll say.
I know I said it off camera, but for real, I'm really happy for you guys for having the success that you guys deserve.
Thank you.
And I'm really proud of what you guys are accomplishing as a band.
Thank you so
and I can't
much,
wait to
dude.
finally see you guys live. It's
I
been like 2
know.
years
I know.
since I've gotten into you guys. I'm like, man, when are they going to come here? And then you did.
And then we're here. I think you're gonna have fun. Everybody's been saying they've been having a really good time, so that's what we've been saying. Even on the sick days, they've been saying it's been really good.
How many sick days have you had so far?
I think this is number 4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so not great. We're coming off the end of it though, so that's okay.
It's in the past.
Yes, almost, almost.
Well, thank you for your time.
Thank
I really
you for
appreciate
having
it.
me, dude. Thank you so much.
It was a blast talking with you.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I can't wait for your set.
That's gonna be so.
And to everyone who watched this, thank you for watching. And until the next interview, stay tuned, stay scared, and I'll catch you later.